our viewers, our friends, wherever you are. I love calling you friends because that's what you are to me. So my friends, welcome as we continue learning about golden jewels of the past. We call them the hymns. The next hymn we are going to look at is called What a Friend We Have in Jesus. What a friend we have in Jesus. This is our next hymn. Remember to like, subscribe on our channel, drop a comment, and I promise we will always appreciate you and give you even uplifting and transforming content. This hymn, What a Friend We Have in Jesus, is amazing. It has a rich history. It was written by Joseph Scriven, who was born on September 10th, 1819 in Ireland. His parents had financial means enough to afford him a good education. So Joseph went to a good school, Joseph Scriven. He was enrolled in Trinity College in Dublin. Dublin is the capital of Ireland, where he graduated with a bachelor's degree. In this young man, Ireland had the prospect of a great citizen with his ideals and notable character and aspirations. Joseph fell in love with a young lady, and he started planning to marry this young lady. All wedding plans were in place, everything was fixed, and there is something very strange that happened to Joseph. The day before his wedding, his fiancée, his bride, fell in a river and drowned. She died on that day, just a day before his wedding, while crossing that river on her horse. Joseph Scriven stood there helpless. The river was deep and wide, and he saw his fiancée dying. It was a very trying and tempting moment. He decided after this to just walk around and leave the place where that one had happened, that unforeseen incident had happened. And by the age of 25, he went and he moved from Ireland to go and live elsewhere. So he settled in Canada. He became highly regarded there, and he taught children. He helped widows and orphans. He started changing lives in Canada. And the people liked him. The people really loved him. And he went to teach children in a local school. And there he met another wonderful young lady by the name Eliza Roche. He fell in love with him, and they started making plans to get married. However, another tragedy occurred, that before they could wed, Roche was affected by a disease called pneumonia and died before they wedded. Joseph went through a very hard moment, dear viewer. And he kept hoping in the Lord. He kept trusting in God that one day things will be fine. He often served for no wages, helped sick people, helped orphans, helped widows, and so on. On an occasion when Joseph became ill, a friend who was visiting with him discovered a poem near his bed and asked who had written it. Joseph replied that the Lord and him had written that poem. He thought the poem would perhaps bring some spiritual comfort to his mom, who still lived in Ireland, though Scriven had not intended that. On the August of 10th, 1886, Scriven's body was pulled from a body of water near Bidley, Ontario, and 2 monuments have been erected in that place in honor of Joseph Scriven. We see that in this hymn, Joseph found a friend in Jesus. He writes very passionate words that this poem that the friend found contained the lyrics in this hymn called "What a Friend We Have in Jesus." All our sins and griefs to bear. My friends, wherever you are, as we listen to this hymn, let it catapult us to another level. Let it move us to another level, catapult us to greater levels. Because when we learn of what Joseph Scriven went through, we come to a point and still believe in the Lord. Our key lesson being, let us not allow difficulty and circumstances remove us from the presence of God. Let us soldier on, continue. When you feel like giving up, continue. Remember the speech by Winston Churchill, the Prime Minister in Great Britain during the Second World War? He said, never give up. Thank you so much, my friends. See you next time. Bye-bye.
trouble anywhere. We should never be discouraged. Take it to the Lord.